Sundays here, and I don't have to overthink about life. I just need to make rice and fish. Oh my goodness, I can already imagine the taste of fish. Ah, oof, oof, oof. Yeah, come with me. Sundays have a way of slowing everything down. Today I was hungry, nothing dramatic. I just needed to eat. So I started cooking. And as simple as that sounds, it reminded me of something deeper. We often delay the simplest things in life, like eating, resting, and starting. Especially starting. Because starting means being seen. And honestly, being seen is uncomfortable. A lot of people ask why content creation feels so hard. Why pressing record should feel heavier than it should. Why talking to a camera feel more terrifying than talking to people in real life. And the truth is, it's never about the camera. It's always about the exposure. When you speak to a camera, there is no immediate feedback. No nodding, no facial expressions. It's just you and your thoughts. And the fear of how they might land. So psychologically, our brains are wired for safety, for belonging, and for approval. Thousands of years ago, being rejected by a group meant danger. Today, even though we are safe, our brains still interpret judgment as a threat. That's why your heart races when you press record. That's why you suddenly feel awkward. That's why you hear your voice and think, is that really how I sound? It's not insecurity, it's biology. We are afraid people will judge us because somewhere deep down we are afraid of being misunderstood, of being laughed at, of being dismissed. And here's the part that nobody talks about. We are not just afraid of strangers judging us. We are afraid of people who know us seeing us try. Our friends, family, colleagues, and people who are used to a certain version of us. Because growth makes people uncomfortable, especially when they're not growing with you. So we delay. And we tell ourselves stories like, I'll start when I get a better camera. Apartment looks nicer, when I lose weight, when I'm more confident, when I know exactly what I'm doing. But in reality, perfection is a moving target. The truth is, the camera you're waiting for isn't the problem. The apartment you're waiting to move into isn't the problem. The real fear here is starting imperfectly and having the proof of it. Because once it's posted, then it exists. And once it exists, then it can be judged. But here's what I realized while preparing this meal. God doesn't wait for perfection. Don't say, I'll eat when I have better plates, or I'll eat when my kitchen looks like Pinterest. You eat because your body needs fuel. And creativity works the same way. Your voice needs somewhere to go. Your thoughts need a space to live. And your story needs air. Waiting for the perfect setup slowly teaches you that your voice isn't valid yet. And that's a dangerous lesson to learn. Another reason we hesitate to put ourselves out there is comparison. Open social media and see people who look confident, polished, and experienced. And we assume they started that way. But confidence isn't a personality trait. It's a byproduct of repetition. Nobody is born knowing how to speak to a camera. They learn by doing it badly and publicly, and they get to survive it. And the truth is, people are far more focused on themselves than they are on judging you. Most people scroll, relate, and move on. The few who judge, they were never meant to be your audience to begin with. What holds us back isn't the lack of talent, the fear of ordinary beginnings. But every creator you admire has started somewhere. They just didn't quit when it felt awkward. As I get ready to put this in the oven, I think of how many dreams die, not because people failed, but because they waited. They waited to feel ready, confident, and worthy. And so the readiness never came. So moral of the story is start where you are with what you have as you are. You do not need a permission to exist online. You don't need validation to begin. And if you did, this is your validation. If you can feed yourself, you can show up for yourself. And maybe, just maybe, someone out there needs to hear your voice exactly how it is right now. Yo, angajamuki nhlaphi ya mina a ndzi yi taste mara hey yi vona ka yi ri vona